Hey there, Wargamers, and welcome to another Sanctioned Battle Report. I'm joined today by Craig, and him and his buddies have actually come up for the week from Minnesota. So it's kind of cool. We have a lot of activity around the office right now. And today we're going to be playing a pair of games, at least one 1,500 point game, and we're kind of kicking around the idea of a smaller Zone Mortalis game for the Vault. So just to give you a little bit of a teaser right there. So anyway, he's going to be running 1,500 points of Tyranids. And for the first time in a couple months, I'm going to be bringing out my Sisters of Battle, and they're going to have a small allied detachment of Deathwatch. So there's going to be 1,500 points of that. And anyway, we are looking forward to this game. But remember, if you guys want to get involved with us or come in here and play a game with us, because we'd love to have you, go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge. It's going to give you all the information you need in order to contact us. And as soon as we hear from you, we will do everything we can to make that game happen. So we'll figure out dates, all that sort of stuff. So definitely go check that out. So anyway, let's go take a look at the board and the armies. So here is Craig's 1,500 points of Tyranids. So this looks like a pretty straightforward list. Tell me what you got.
Alright, so we've got a formation. It is the Endless Swarm formation, which consists of 3 squads of Hormagaunts, all of them with Toxin Sacks.
Alright.
And 3 squads of Termagaunts. We've got 5 Devourers in each. And then a group of Warriors, with 2 of them have Lash Whip, Bone Sword, Rending Claws. 2 of them had Death Spitter, Scything Talons, and 1 with a Barbed Strangler and Scything Talons.
Now, does the Endless Swarm let them come back as well?
They cannot.
Okay, so it's just the Gaunts.
Just the Gaunts can come back
Okay.
up. Then we have an Unbound attachment, which is a Flying Hive Tyrant.
Yep.
Then we have 2 Trigon Primes with Toxin Sacks.
Beautiful. Alright. Looking forward to it. I'm glad I brought my Flamers today.
Oh yeah.
And here's my 1,500 points to fight the Endless Swarm. So I have my main combined arms detachment here. So I have my Canoness at the very front. She has a Power Axe and the Cloak of Saint Espira. And her Warlord trait is the Beacon of Faith. So any friendly unit within 12 inches with the Act of Faith special rule, gonna get to use her leadership for it. I have 2 units of 10 Battle Sisters, each of them with a Heavy Flamer and Melta Gun. And then the 2 Immolators in the back are the Multi-Melta Immolators. I have 2 units of Dominions, both with 3 Melta Guns and 1 Flamer, both of them in a Immolator with Heavy Flamers. I have 2 Exorcist tanks at the very back there, so they're going to be a lot of fun, hopefully taking out some of the big stuff. And I have my allied detachment of Deathwatch. So it's led by a level 2 Librarian with a Force Sword and the Armor Indominus. Mastery level 2. I have not rolled for his powers yet, so I'll have to figure those out. I have a 5-man tactical squad with a Heavy Bolter. And then I have a 5-man Sternguard squad, all with Combi Plasma in a drop pod. So that is my 1,500 points. So here is the board. So we rolled for the mission, we got Cloak and Shadow. So 3 objectives apiece every turn, and we're going to be keeping those hidden from each other. And as you can see, there's just a giant wave of Tyranids with the Endless Swarm lined up across the table there. And my sisters with their Deathwatch allies have just sort of set up a little defensive line right here, hiding out in the buildings. Hopefully going to shoot as many of them dead as they possibly can before they get to the ranks. So, when we rolled everything off, Craig did win the roll for deployment, so he is going to be going first unless I can attempt to seize. So, here's hoping for that 6. Hey! I seized! Oh man, I should have put my Exorcist over on the other side now, just so I could have shot down your Hive Tyrant there.
Oh, thank you.
But, oh well, live and learn. Alright, so we're going to go into Sisters of Battle, turn 1. And before we go into the first turn, I did roll for my powers on Biomancy, getting Iron Arm and Hemorrhage. And I believe Craig rolled on his, and you got, let's just wander over here.
Yep.
And you got Catalyst and Warp Blast. So those are going to be our psychic powers. And just quickly, what was your Warlord trait?
I got +1 to reserve rolls.
Alright, so that means those guys are very likely coming on his second turn. And for my Drop Pod Assault, the Drop Pod's going to attempt to come down right there, which is really close to an objective right there. And I will get a direct hit. And the Deathwatch squad, they're going to move through difficult terrain, just try to get close to that objective. 6 inches, which is definitely going to be enough to put them in control of that objective there. And over here, the Immolators, risking difficult terrain. Okay, this one's going to be able to just move forward a little bit, just get a better angle on the Warriors all the way over there. And this other Immolator going to try and do the same thing. Excellent. And just going to shift over just so they can both see the Warriors and hopefully cause some damage to them. Both units of sisters are actually just going to hang tight. I'd rather have the Tyranids come to me. And same with these Marines right here, just going to hang tight and hopefully be in range of that heavy bolter. Moving into the psychic phase, we both have mastery level 2, so we're going to be getting d6 plus 2. So each of us will have 3 warp charges. My librarian is going to attempt to use smite on the unit of warriors right there. He's just within range, so I'm going to roll 3d6 here, just needing 1 success. That's 2 successes.
Alright.
And alright, so smite's going to go off. And just before we actually start shooting at each other, night fighting. Yes. Alright, let's see how many of those smite attacks hit. That'll be 3 of them right there. Wounding on 4s. That's going to be 2 AP2 wounds right there. So you are in well, just area terrain right there. It's not a ruin, but it is night fighting.
Yes.
So you're going to have your 4 up cover save against this.
Alright, 4 up.
Alright, 1 warrior will bite the dust. Oh, that's right. They have multiple wounds.
Yeah, multiple wounds.
That's right. As for the immolators, unfortunately I did not move that one close enough there, which is kind of bad considering I could have pre-measured everything. So the other immolator will fire at those warriors as well with the twin-linked multi-melta. And thankfully that's twin-linked. That will hit. And on anything but a 1. And I rolled a 1. This front exorcist is going to fire its D6 Strength 8 AP1 missiles into the Tyranid warriors as well. So let's find out how many missiles. That's definitely cocked. 4 missiles. Hitting on 3s. That's going to be 4 hits right there. And anything but 1s. 4 wounds. So you're going to have 4 up cover saves. And 2 warriors are going to bite the dust. Wha-pam! The second exorcist tank is going to do the same thing to the warriors. So let's find out how many missiles. Only 1 missile though. Does it at least hit? No, it doesn't even hit. Over here I'm going to fire the heavy bolter. Now just a note, I do run my Death Watch as though they're Imperial Fists, so they do have bolter drill going on. So they're going to fire their heavy bolter into, oh, let's say this unit right there. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. All 3 are going to hit, and these are going to wound on 2s. So 2 wounds right there, but you do have your cover save from night fighting. And 2 dead gaunts, I believe.
2?
Only 1 dead gaunt actually, because they are in ruins, so only 1. So take them away. Now the Death Watch squad, I'm going to use my Kraken rounds. So I have 3 guys that are within rapid fire range of the warriors over here. So they're going to unload into them with about, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 Kraken round shots. These will be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s for bolter drill. So there's a single 1 there. Let's re-roll that. Alright, 7 hits. Wounding on 4s. Alright, 3 wounds right there. So go ahead and take your 3, 4 up cover saves. Okay, 1 more wound going to be applied to that guy right there. Next up, the librarian's going to fire his bolter into the warriors as well. Hitting on a 3. That will hit. This is going to wound on a 4. No wound. And lastly, I'll fire the storm bolter from the drop pod into... Yeah, let's see if I can take out that warrior. So hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. No wound. And that does end my shooting phase. Now, at the end of my turn, I have no assaults to make, but Objective 2 was one of the objectives that I pulled for my card, so that will give me a point going into the next round of turns. There we go, secure Objective 2. And at the end of my turn, I will discard one of my cards, which was Domination, simply because there's very little chance I'm actually going to be achieving that one in this game, so we're just going to flip it over and call it done. Going into Tyranid, turn 1, we're going to start with moving the gaunts over here. Difficult terrain, 5 inches coming out. They start advancing forward. Hive Tyrant taken to the skies and looking at those immolators while staying within synapse of everything else. These gaunts just going to move forward as well as everything just gets closer to my battle lines. Same deal over here. These gaunts, again, just advancing. Move through difficult terrain here. 6 inches. And the warrior's just going to go up and sit on an objective. More termagants, just advancing forward. Another group just coming up. Moving through difficult terrain over here. 4 inches. And they're just going to go deal with the Deathwatch Marines that have popped up behind them here. Moving into the Psychic phase, D6 plus 2, so we each have 5. Casting Dominion on the Hive Tyrant with 2d6. Goes off. And going to attempt to cast Catalyst on 3 dice.
Goes off twice.
Okay, might as well try to use all my dice here. Nope. So it will successfully go off for you. And a bunch of runs, so as you can see we have the dice roll right in front of them. So these guys just moving forward 1 inch. The Hormagaunts, they got 2 inches plus their... What gives them the extra 3 inches moving there?
The Bounding Leap.
That's right. So they're just going to keep moving forward. These Termagaunts over here, they managed to get a 5 on their run. So just going forward a little bit further. And more Gaunts. These Hormagaunts moving forward 3 plus another 3 for their Bounding Leap. And the last unit of Hormagaunts moving forward 5 inches. Just getting ever closer. And the Warriors.
Got a 6.
Yep. They're just going to keep going up with them. And here comes the Twin Link Devourer into the Immolator right here. So 12 shots, re-rolling. Ah, geez, you didn't even really need that re-roll there.
Right. So
let's add 2 more hits to it. Strength 6, so glancing on 5s. And I see 2 glances and a pen. Some 6-up invulnerable saves against the glances. Nothing. And then the penetrating hit. No! So it will get destroyed at this point. Now this is just an AP 5 or AP 4?
AP dash.
Yeah, so it has just become a wreck and it's just going to hang out there now. Barb Strangler from the Warriors firing into this squad of sisters right there. Go ahead, see where it goes. And it's going to scatter back, what, 2 inches?
2 inches, yep.
Yeah. So it's still going to hit a bunch right there.
Yes.
So, yeah, so there's at least 1. 5 sisters are being hit from that.
5 sisters.
Yeah, because there's 4 of them hiding underneath the building there, or the floor there. So, go ahead, roll. These are wounded on...
Toughness?
Toughness 3.
Okay, so wounding on 3s.
Okay. So 2 wounds. Alright. 3-up armor saves. Oh, okay, so I will lose the first sister right there. And this is also a pinning check, so hopefully I'm not going to get pinned here. Of course, I'm going to get pinned. That's just fantastic. And moving into the assault phase, so I'm going to have some Overwatch to make against you first. So let's see if I can whittle them down a bit before you charge in. I'll Overwatch with 10 Dragonfire Bolt rounds, this way I can ignore your cover save from the ruins as well. Hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s. So there is 2 6s right there and 2 1s. And 1 more 6. Wounding on 3s. And that'll be 2 dead Gaunts right there. So, it's not really going to do much to dissuade your charge. You still need to roll double 1s. But I still have a Storm or a Bolter from the Librarian here, which will hit once. And that will wound, so you have your 3-up save from being in the ruins. And you're fine. So as long as you don't roll Snake Eyes twice, you're going to be into combat here. Go for it. And you're in. Okay, so let's see if these Sternguard veterans can hold them off. And as they start swarming in to take on this helpless squad here. Marines just going to pile into the edge so they can get their attacks in, and everyone else piling in. Now thankfully I'm going to get to go first because you charge through terrain and no grenades, eh?
Nope, no grenades.
Alright, so hopefully I can thin the hordes a little bit. Sternguard striking first. They got 10 attacks hitting on 3s. Not too bad right there. And these are going to be wounding on 3s as well. Oh no. Only 3 wounds right there. So you have your 6-up armor save.
Nope.
Alright, so at least I got rid of 3 so far. And now the Librarian is going to do his attacks, hitting on 3s as well. 1 hit. And no wounds. So only 3 dead Gaunts from that combat so far.
So you just take them off the back?
Yeah, just take them off the back because they're all going to be piling in anyway.
There we go.
Because of where the drop pod is and this piece of terrain, it's a little hard to get everyone to pile in properly. So, but we have checked it down and we're both pretty confident every Gaunt is going to be able to get his attacks in. 30 attacks, hitting on 4s. Go for it.
Oh.
Oh, I kind of needed that actually. So just under half hit. So these are going to be wounding on 4s because of poison. So looks like only 4 wounds. Okay, excellent. So hopefully I don't roll poorly on my armor saves here. And of course I'll lose 2 of them right there. And these 2 Marines will die, sadly. Now, a saving grace for me, he is out of synapse and he did lose by 1, so he has a leadership 5 check to make here. Oh, you lucky skunk. Alright, so that fight is going to continue. And that does end Tyrnid turn 1. No objectives achieved, but he did lock my Stern Guard squad in combat here, which is going to be kind of devastating for me because I no longer have that fire support. So let's go into Sisters of Battle, turn 2. And Craig is going to opt to discard Hold the Line, just because he wants to advance forward, I guess. At the start of my turn, I do have a couple reserve rolls to make. The first Dominion squad will not be coming on. The second Dominion squad will be coming on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my choice. I'm hoping for my choice, really. 2, they're going to come on over here, which is not actually what I wanted. The Immolator with the Dominions will come right here, and I'm undecided if I want them to pile out just yet. Yeah, I think they're probably going to pile out. And these sisters are just going to pile out right here, and hopefully take out some of the Gaunts while hiding behind their Immolator. This tactical squad is going to stay where they are. Same with this unit of sisters in the central building here. And this unit of sisters over here, they're just going to get up from being pinned and just snap fire, I guess, this turn. That's kind of unfortunate. And this Rhine, our Immolator right here, risking difficult terrain, going to get out and just basically get out of the cover right there so we can move freely and maybe block some of the advance. Into the Psychic phase, so each of us have D6 plus 2 for a total of 3 again. Being in combat, all I really have is Iron Arm going for me, so gonna try that. And I will succeed with 2 here. Go ahead.
Oh.
Alright, so my Librarian is gonna start hacking through your Gaunts, I hope. Gonna start by firing one of the Exorcist tanks into the unit of Warriors over here. I'll start with the same one I started with last time. D6 missiles for a total of 1. At least it's gonna hit. And it will wound, so this time you only have your 4-up ruin save here.
Alright.
No. Now, thankfully that's the weakened one, but it's also the Barbed Strangler, so it's a little victory for me there. Second Exorcist tank, gonna do the same thing, simply because I want to eliminate Synapse on this side of the table to make it a little bit easier. Gonna get 3 missiles this time around. And gonna hit on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on anything but 1s. 2 wounds, so you have your 4-up save.
Make one of these.
And okay, so only 1 more warrior goes down at this point. And the multi-melta firing at that last warrior right there, just because I really want to take him out. Twin linked, hitting on 3. Thankfully, twin linked. Alright, that will hit. That will wound. 4 up. Come on. Oh, okay, so he does remain standing for the time being. Over here, these sisters are going to snap fire into the unit of Hormagaunts barreling in on them. 6 snap firing shots because I'm out of rapid fire range at the moment, so hopefully I get a couple 6s here. 1 6, wounded on a 3. That's cocked. Alright, that's definitely going to wound, so that will just be a dead Gaunt. The Storm Bolter is going to fire into this unit of Hormagaunts as well, hopefully just taking out a couple more, hitting on 3s, no hits. I have some flame templates to lay down now, so I'm going to, I think the Heavy Flamer is going to target over here. I'm going to be able to get, it looks like 2, 4, 7 of them with the twin-linked Heavy Flamer. Wounding on 2s, no saves of any kind, because you have no invulnerable saves, and thankfully twin-linked. Thankfully. There we go. That'll be 7 dead Hormagaunts right there. So that just eases the pressure a little bit. Over here I have my Dominion squad, they're going to fire in. And this Flamer, it looks like the best she's looking at is maybe going to be, I think 6. Yeah. 6 it is.
Yep.
These will be wounding on 3s. There we go. There's 6 dead Termagants right there. So there they go. 3 Meltaguns going into them now, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 2s. 1 more dead Gaunt. There we go. And 1 rapid firing bolter. One hit, wounding on a 3, and that will be another dead Termagant right there. This tactical squad going to fire into the Hormagaunts over here, just to try and reduce their numbers a little bit more. Starting with 4 single bolter shots hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Let's re-roll that 1 there. So 2 hits on 3s. No wounds. And then the heavy bolter. That will be 2 hits and 2 dead gaunts. So they've been reduced quite effectively so far. They're down to 6 remaining. This unit of sisters, everything that can see, will fire at that unit of Termagants right there. So that's going to be 7 single shot bolters into the unit of Termagants, hitting on 3s. That was atrocious. Wounding on a 3. Okay, so at least that's 1 dead gaunt though. I got something out of the whole deal. And that is all my shooting to be done this turn. Unfortunately, still haven't taken anything off the table, but I have whittled down some of the gaunts, so that's going to make me feel a little bit better here. So let's go right into the combat phase, which will be the Hormagaunts and the Sternguard over here. 20 attacks going into the Sternguard, hitting on 4s. Ooh, that's a pretty solid hit. 13 hits, and these are going to be wounding on 4s due to poison. Go for it. Okay, so there's the trade-off right there. So let's see. My majority toughness is still 4. So there's 1 save. Okay, good. 2 saves made. 6 attacks back from the Sternguard, hitting on 3s. That's a nice solid hit right there. Wounding on 3s. Alright, that's going to be 5 6-up saves there.
There we go.
And
hey, 1.
4 go down, and that's before the Librarian. Just going to take him from the back just to make it easier. And the Librarian's 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Both are going to hit, and these are going to be wounding on 2s. And it's a power weapon, well, force sword, so just 2 more gaunts are going to die.
1 and 1
which means you're looking at snake eyes to stay in combat here. Double 1s.
No.
Oh, not quite. So they will run away. So let's see if I catch them. No, they will get away. So they're going to run away 2d6 for a total of 4 inches. And they're just going to start running away 4 inches, and I can hopefully start ignoring them this game now. And the squad inside will consolidate a total of 5 inches. And they'll just get down onto the first level there and just kind of hang out. And that ends Sisters of Battle turn 2. So let's go into Tyranids turn 2. We have 2 Trigon reserves to make here.
Plus.
They're both in. First Trigon Prime going to come in right there. Where does he go? It's going to scatter back 7 inches. That should just put him nice and close to my Exorcist tanks. Second Trigon Prime going to pop up right there.
Good.
And direct hit. Going to see if these Hormagaunts rally. Close, but not quite. And he wants them to run off the table now. Oh, no, it's only going to give him 7 inches. But next turn, probably going to run off the table and go into ongoing reserve. Hive Tyrant just going to keep flying forward and move ever closer to my back lines. And the Hormagaunts just going to move up as well. Just coming ever closer to my guns. This is actually kind of worrisome at this point, because that is a lot of gaunts. Termagaunts surging forward as well, staying in synapse range. Warrior moving through cover. 4 inches, okay. And just going to go provide some synapse over here. Hormagaunts moving forward. These Termagaunts just shifting around, getting into a nice firing position here. And the last unit of Termagaunts just trying to get a little bit closer. Going into the psychic phase, d6 plus 2 for each of us, for 5 again. Ooh. First up, Catalyst on the Trigun and the Hive Tyrant. I'm looking for perils.
Ooh. 1. Just 1.
And the other one is Warp Lance, eh?
Yep.
No, you know what? What's their toughness?
Toughness 6.
Toughness 6, eh? I don't want you to feel no pain. Oh, it doesn't really matter at all anyway. So Catalyst goes off. And Warp Lance?
Warp Lance. Need Warp Charge 2. Hey!
You got it. Hitting on 3s against this Exorcist right there. That's gonna hit. And it's
Strength 10 AP 2.
Alright.
So 2's Glance.
That's gonna be a pen, so I have my 6-up invulnerable save. Which I failed. That's no good for me. So what's gonna happen to it? 1. Okay, so it's only shaken. That's Not great, but it's a lot better than the alternatives there.
Being dead, yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to drop down to 2 hull points. Hive Tyrant into the back of the Immolator with his Twin Link Devourer. So that's very likely to kill the thing. Twin Linked though, adding, yeah, okay, so that's going to be 11 hits. And just needs a couple 4s here to take it out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bunch. So maybe I'll get lucky and roll a whole bunch of boxcars here. And just call it a day. Oh, I saved one of them. But it will just...
wreck. Can't.
Yeah, you can't blow it up, so it is just a wreck now. And I've lost my last multi-melta there. Trigun into this unit of sisters right there. How many shots you got?
12 shots.
Oh boy.
Hitting on 4s, not twin linked.
Oh, you still got a fairly solid hit there. On 2s. Not too bad.
Wow.
Let's see if I can tank this. No, I'll lose 3 sisters. I got a couple look-ouncers that I'm actually... no, I don't care. I'm not going to bother looking out her. She's not a veteran superior. So, 1, 2, one of which is the Meltagun, and the sister superior there. This Trigun into the Deathwatch squad. Ooh, not as good this time around.
Not even that one. And wounding on 3s.
Oh, no wounds. Okay, so the other Trigon was definitely much more effective. And we have 14 shots into the Dominion squad right there, hitting on 4s. Okay. Wounded on 3s. Okay, good chunk of wounds at the very least. And I will make all of them.
Nice.
Moving into some running, as you can see, we've rolled the dice already for it. So the Hormagaunts over here moving forward 6 inches with their bounding leap, taking objective number 5. Only 1 inch for these Termagants over here, so they're just slowly moving forward. Warrior had a nice 6-inch run, just repositioning a little bit, staying in cover though. These Termagants also only rolled a 1, so not really getting that much closer yet.
Fine.
These Hormagaunts though, they rolled a 6, so they are really charging forward. And at the end of the shooting phase, I do have a morale test to make over here to see if the sisters stick around. And good, they do. And we have some assault over here. I'm going to start actually with the Meltas and the bolt gun first, just because I want the wall of fire to kill these bad guys if at all possible. So the 3 Melta guns will be hitting on 6s. No hits. Rapid firing bolter. Nothing. And D3 wall of flame for 1. So does it wound at least? Yeah, so at least it kills 1.
Purge, we're looking at...
Looks at about a 4-inch charge, yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so they are definitely going to be in. So hopefully I can do enough damage to them that they'll run away. 10 attacks into the Dominion squad. 10 attacks.
Hitting on 4s.
Oh, only 1.
5s and 6s.
So that will wound. 3 up armor save. And I'm good. And I have 5 attacks back, so they're going to pile in and hopefully kill some here. So hitting on, what's your weapon skill?
3.
3, so hitting on 4s. Ooh, nice solid hit. Where were you on the Overwatch though? And these are going to be wounding on 4s. So that's going to be 2 wounds right there. So you have your 6 up saves.
Ha.
Oh, come on! Alright, so they're all stuck in combat here for a turn. And at the end of Craig's turn, he was actually able to get overwhelming firepower for taking on the Immolator and securing objective 5 with his Hormagaunts. So he got 2 points there. Plus first blood, so you're actually up 3-1 at the moment. Another reserve roll to make. Hopefully this Dominion squad comes on. Nope, they stay in reserve. Over here, these Exorcist tanks are just going to shimmy a little bit, just to make it a little bit more difficult for your... oh, well, who am I kidding? They're going to make it in anyway if he wants to charge. So they're fine. Over here, moving through difficult terrain for this unit of sisters. They're going to move forward 5 inches, which is enough, because I just wanted to get the heavy flamer in front there. And just eliminate some of these gaunts. Stern Guard squad, going to move through difficult terrain, 6 inches. It's going to be enough to get them out of the difficult part. Just taking them right out there. The Immolator just going to move 6 inches right up there. And that's because hopefully my best bet is going to be hitting a bunch of gaunts and maybe, if I'm lucky, overspray into the Warrior as well. In here, the Canoness with her squad, going to move through difficult terrain, 6 inches. I'm trying something really gutsy here. I'm going to actually try to get into combat with that the Trigun there. I don't know how bright of a move it actually is, but it's a move, and I think we can agree at least on that much. And that is the end of my movement phase, so we're going to go into the psychic phase here. So we have d6 plus 2 for each of us, for a total of 5. I'm going to use 3 dice to cast Smite onto this unit of Termagants right there, needing a single success. Oh, but all perils. Would you like to try and deny that?
I'll let that go.
You'll let that go?
Yeah.
And my peril.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Alright, so let's take my leadership test to see if my librarian blows up or not. Thankfully he does not blow up, so he's just going to take a wound and drop down to 1 wound remaining. But Smite does go off, firing into them, hitting on 3s. That's going to be 3 hits right there. Wounding on 3s. And that's going to be 1 dead Gaunt from Smite. Totally not worth it.
No.
Totally not worth it there. And just in case, I'll throw 2 dice at, yeah, I guess at Iron Arm. Hey, didn't even go off. So that ends the psychic phase. Let's move into the shooting phase, which I'm hoping is going to be much more interesting for me. This squad over here are going to use their active faith to get preferred enemy for the phase, and they are within 12 inches of my canoness, so they're going to be able to use her leadership for this. So leadership 10, and I'll fail. This battle sister squad over here are going to attempt to do the same thing. They will get preferred enemy for this phase. Shooting over here, the heavy flamers just going to rip into this unit of Gaunts. Over here, just playing around with it a little bit. I think 7 is going to be my best score right there. So on 2s. So that's going to be 6 dead Hormagaunts right there. Also going to throw a Fray Grenade. We'll just center it right there and hopefully hit 5 of them on a no scatter. Which it will scatter 4 inches, which, yeah, that's definitely off the table. And I have 8 rapid firing bolters going to this squad of Hormagaunts, hitting on 3s. Okay, not too bad. 5 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, so it's 2 more dead Gaunts there. Over here, this Immolator going to fire into the squad here. I think the best is going to be, yeah, the best is definitely going to be right over here. So I'm going to be hitting 2, 4, 6 of your Gaunts and your Warrior right there. So the white D6 will be the Warrior, and the blue ones will be the Gaunts. 2s on the blue, 3s on the white, and twin linked. So that's going to be 6 dead Termagants and 1 save to be made on the Warrior.
5, 6, and
it does make the save. Firing some Kraken rounds over into the Warrior here. Just going to try and take him down, hitting on 3s. Only 1 hit. 1 wound though. So go ahead and make your cover save.
no.
And he will take a wound. Goes down to 2. 1 shot from a regular bolter, which will hit. It will wound, so you have your 3-up armor save.
4-up armor save.
Oh, sorry, 4-up armor save. Ooh, he's going to drop another wound. Alright, so, I got to check some range on the Stormbolter now from the drop pod. The only viable target for the drop pod is these Gaunts right here. Even though they're probably going to be getting off in their turn anyway, I'm just going to... Actually, no, because you'll have to make a panic test if I kill even 1, and they might run off the table.
Yes.
Drop pod's not going to fire at anything.
Smart.
And as much as I hate to dedicate this much firepower, the heavy bolter is going to go into the Warrior over here, hopefully going to take it out. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling the 1 for bolter drill. Uh-oh, only 1 hit. It will wound at least, so you have your 4-up cover. Yes!
Oh, he's gone.
Alright, so the Warrior is gone and Synapse has disappeared from this flank. Over here, the Exorcist that's not snap firing is going to shoot into the Trigun Prime here. Get D6 shots for 3 total. And these are going to be hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. And you are in ruins, so you do get your 4-up save.
4-up?
Yep.
And then feel no pain?
Yep.
No.
Alright, so he did feel it and he's going to drop down to 5 wounds. And the other Exorcist is going to try and put a couple more wounds on the Trigun. I think that's my best bet anyway. 2 missiles. Would be nice if I rolled a little bit better, but eh. Hey, 1 hit at the very least.
Nope.
No wound though. Over here, they're going to fire into the Trigun Prime as well, starting with the Melt-A-Gun, rerolling 1s for preferred enemy. That'll hit. And that will wound. So you do have your cover save for being in ruins. And you'll make it. The Heavy Flamer going to be wounding on a 5. That will wound, so go ahead and roll your armor save.
3-up. Yeah.
And he's good. And a bunch of bolt pistols going to fire into him as well. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling those 1s.
Nice.
Alright, so there's a good chunk of hits, but needing 6s to wound you. Who knows, maybe I can pepper you to death with bolt pistols. No wounds. Oh wait, preferred enemy. Oh,
yep.
sorry man.
No problem.
Oh, nothing there anyway. And that's going to take us into the assault phase. So I'm going to do something really dumb here, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of comments. But I'm going to attempt to charge into your Trigun Prime with my Canoness and her squad there.
Alright.
But before I do so, I do have an active faith I need to use, because she can grant hatred to her unit.
Yeah.
And they will have hatred for this round of combat. So go ahead and do your Overwatch. 12 shots.
1, 2.
2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Or sorry, on 2s. And 3 up armor saves.
Good.
I'll make both of them right there. And 7 inches. That's going to be tight. Going through difficult terrain, so I need to be at least 5 inches away. Which I am.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright. So that means I will get into combat here. And probably just be eliminated. But you know what? No guts, no glory. Trigun Prime will go first over here because of Initiative 4 and me charging through difficult terrain here. Well, the terrain doesn't matter, I got my frag grenades, but everything is either Initiative 3 or Power Axe. Okay. So go to town with your attacks.
Hit skill 5.
Okay, so hitting on 3s. So 4 hits right there, wounding on 2s.
Rerolling with poison. There you go.
Ooh. Gotta take these a little bit at a time. The front 2 here, they're both going to die. And I'm gonna have some look answers here. Oh no. Oh no. The Canoness is dead.
Isn't that rerollable?
Oh no, no, it's only rerollable Shield of Faith.
Oh, okay.
So that's a 4 Presarius. So unfortunately my gamble failed horribly here. And yep, I'll lose 4 Sisters of Battle. And I think I might have just given you the game. But we'll keep playing and find out for sure. So with my 3-inch pile-in, it's not enough to put me into base, which means I'm not even going to get to take advantage of my crack grenades here. And at the end of combat pile-in, there'll be another 3 inches, because I activate first, which basically means you locked in combat for your turn. So you're not shooting me, but you're just going to rip through those sisters at this point. And this combat over here, you have 5 attacks coming in at me, hitting on 4s. So 3 hits. Wounding on
4s.
Okay.
1.
And a 3 up armor,
Good.
Which I'm good. And I have 5 attacks coming back at you. So that's going to be 2 hits. And 1 wound. So a 6 up save.
No.
Alright, so I will win combat by 1 over here, and you have a morale check of 5.
No.
Alright, do I chase you down?
Hope so.
So I have 7.
Hey.
And we tie, so I actually catch you.
Yes,
Yep.
alright.
So
cool.
I catch you, and I will consolidate 4 inches. Just going to start moving over towards the big scary stuff over here. And to see if they go into ongoing reserve.
4+? No,
Nope.
they do not.
Alright, so I've successfully eliminated 1 unit of Gaunts. At the end of my turn, the only card I was able to get was no prisoners. So the score is currently 4-2 because he got Warlord kill this turn as well.
Right.
So let's go into Tyranids, turn 3, and see what happens. Actually, I almost forgot. Got to do a morale check over here. Oh, look at that. They're going to run away. So I'm going to run. Okay, so at least I got a 9 here. So you need to roll a 6 in order to catch my sisters before we continue on.
No.
Okay, so my sisters are going to run away. 8 inches. And I'm glad I remembered that before we went too far in. Although this means you are not locked in combat like I was hoping you would be at the very least. And now it just means that he's going to just start shooting and charging things. Now we have to see if these guys over here rally.
Don't.
Nope.
Don't.
And as long as you don't roll snake eyes,
Nope.
yeah, they're off the table. And do they go into ongoing reserve?
They do.
They do. The Termagants are also out of synapse at this point, so we have to find out what they're going to do.
Leadership 6 to see if they do anything. They make it.
Okay. Starting with the movement, these Hormagants, just looking at the Dominion squad. Move through cover on the Trigun.
6.
Oh, you got your pick of the litter. Oh, I think my Deathwatch squad is about to die. These Termagants just get into a position to give them ample opportunity to remove units. Move through cover on these Hormagants.
4.
Okay. That's going to get them pretty close. Yeah. I see a charge coming in my future. Hive Tyrant swooping over. Termagants just going to turn around and start looking at that Stern Guard squad back there. Move through cover on this Trigun Prime, 6 inches. And what would he like to destroy this turn?
I think he's going to go for this tank right here.
Alright, yeah, that's going to be a pretty easy kill there, I think. Into the Psychic phase. So once again, D6 plus 2. So we'll each have 6. Going to start off with a Warp Blast into the Stern Guard squad. Go for it.
No.
Okay.
Warp Charge 2.
Alright, and you have 2 dice left. What would you like to do?
I'll do Feel No Pain on the Hormagaunts and the Hive Tyrant.
So let's see some Catalyst.
Good.
Alright, I will throw all 6 of my dice at this. And I will not deny it. Termagant's going to fire into this unit of Dominions over here. Everything's within range.
7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Alright, 13 shots. Hitting on 4s, correct?
That's correct.
Alright, let's see him. 13 shots.
Ooh.
Oh!
Ouch.
Oh! I don't need to see that at this point in the game. Alright, wounding on strength 4, right?
Strength 4.
Wounding on 3s. Okay, so that's going to be 5 wounds right there. And I will lose 1. And ironically, that is my Flamer, which I wanted to keep around for the charge. 12 shots from the Devourers into the Stern Guard squad right here. Hitting on 4s. Oh, come on. Aren't you winning enough at this point in the game?
Sorry.
No worries, man. No worries.
Wounding on 4s.
Yeah. Oh, that's even a good shot of wounds right there. Good grief. Okay, I gotta do these one at a time because the Librarian with the Armor Indominus is next up. So, okay, so there's 1 save, 2 saved, 3 saved, 4 saved. Speeding this up a little bit. 6.
Ooh.
Hey, I only lost 1. He's going to look out, sir, because that is my sergeant.
Right.
And he'll put the wound onto this guy in the back there. Trigun into this Deathwatch squad over here.
And 4s.
That's not too... Well, could have been a bit better, actually.
Yeah.
You got exactly half. So go for it. Wounding on 4s, or sorry, on 2s. Because you're strength 6, right?
Strength 5.
Oh, okay, so wounding on 3s. And I got my armor saves. And the closest one is my Heavy Bolter. And Twinling Devourers into this unit of Sisters over here. Hitting on 3s.
Nope. Another 11.
You know, in every game I've ever played with a Twinling Devourer Hive Tyrant, these guys defy the odds and averages. I never see them shoot poorly. It is insane. So on 2s. Yeah, they also seem to wound amazingly well as well.
9 wounds.
Alright. I need a whole bunch of 3-up saves. Rest assured, fellow viewers, he is actually magnetized and I caught him before he hit the ground. So he is okay.
That's nice.
And 4 sisters will die. So there goes the Heavy Flamer. There goes 2 bolters. And a 3rd bolter right there. So that squad is very likely going to die. Got a bunch of morale saves to make over here. So starting with these sisters, leadership 8. That's a cocked die. And they make it barely. Over here, leadership 10.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Come on.
And that's going to be enough to bring them all the way over here. Now, at the very least, they're going to rally in my turn, but they're also now in prime charging range as well, which is kind of bad for me. These Hormagaunts going to charge into the Dominion squad. Go for it. Oh, wait, I got some Overwatch to do first. Yeah. So, take Melt-A-Gun to the face, or not, and take Rapid Firing Bolter. Nope. Alright, so they got in with your 8-inch charge, and this is where things are going to get dicey. I do have some Overwatch over here against the Trigun, so I'll have 8 bolter shots. 8 bolter shots, hitting on 6s. 2 hits, wounding on 6s. No wounds. And he cannot possibly fail that charge there. So he's just going to get in, and he's happy. This Trigun just going to get in, he can't possibly fail it. And then these Hormagaunts over here.
Fleet?
Yeah, might as well. Might as well. That's going to get them all in as well. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm getting so resigned to defeat here. And 1 hit. And that will be a wound. You have your 4-up cover save from being in a ruin.
No.
And that will be a dead gaunt. But you know what? Your roll of 8 is still more than enough to get him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they go. And over here, you might as well charge in. I will have some Overwatch to do. So let's fire the, just, I guess, any bolter rounds here. 6s re-rolling 1s, no 1s whatsoever. And the Librarian, no hits either. And you can't possibly fail. So with an 11-inch charge, you're going to get in definitely. 18 attacks from the Hormagaunts into the Sisters, hitting on 3s.
4s.
Oh, sorry, 4s.
Ooh.
Wounding on
4s.
4s, okay.
3.
So it's going to be 3 saves to make. And I will lose 2 more. And I will have 2 attacks back. 1 hit. No wound. I will lose combat. But they'll stick around. Alright, we're both at initiative 4, so my guys will pile in as well. Which is actually kind of the opposite of what I wanted, because it means you can now easily kill them all. And go ahead and do your attacks first.
7 of them.
Alright. What's your weapon skill? 5?
Skill 5.
Alright.
Wounding on 2 is rerolling.
Doesn't matter. You got them. So they're going to get their attacks back at the very least. And they're just a regular attack squad. So, hey, 2 hits. Using crack grenades, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah. And 1 wound.
3 up. Nope.
Hey, at the very least, they will do a wound before they get wiped out. 7 attacks against this Exorcist here. Go ahead and wipe it out. Hitting on 3s.
Alright.
Alright, and your strength 6, right?
6, yep.
Yeah, so
4s to
just need 2 4s. Alright, I got some invulnerable saves to make. Nothing.
Oh.
So, even if well, I guess if it explodes, it could potentially hurt you. So roll the chart.
First one?
Nope.
Second one?
No. So it is just going to become a wreck, but I'm just going to remove it. Over here, he charged through combat, so I'll get to go first. 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Both are going to hit. Wounding on 4s. Both are going to wound. So 2 6-up saves. And then I feel no pain, because you got Catalyst off.
Pain. No.
So only one Gaunt will die, thankfully. So we'll just get rid of him right there. And you're going to have, let's see, 12 attacks back. Hitting on 4s.
Ooh.
Nice. Wounding on 4s. That's going to be 4 wounds. Alright. I got 2 dice in my hand, so I'll just roll these. And they're good, and they're good. So I will stick in combat, but you are fearless, so they will just stay there. 26 attacks into the Stern Guard veterans here.
Hitting on 4s?
What's your weapon skill?
3.
Oh, so hitting on 4s, okay. Well, not terrible.
No.
5s and 6s to wound. I see 2, 4 total. Okay. So 3-up saves. And 1 Marine will die. But he will still get his attacks back. So I'll have 4 attacks back from the regular guys. Oh, yeah, 4 attacks back from the regular. And it's going to be 2 hits. 1 wound. So 6-up save.
Nope.
So 1 casualty there. And then the Librarian will hit twice. And 2 dead Gaunts right there.
Yes.
So thankfully I will win by 1. But you are within Synapse, so it's not really going to matter. And that does end the Tyranid turn, so let's see if you got any objectives. Forgot to roll leadership over here to see if they stick around.
Oh.
And, okay, so I have a total of 8.
And, nope.
So they will get away, and they're going to run 9 inches this way. And you get to consolidate 4 inches, and they're just going to start chasing the Dominions down. And he was able to achieve Blood and Guts, came very close to getting the 3 or more units, but just 1, so that's going to put him up to 5 points to my 2. And we're going into turn 4 for the Sisters of Battle. Things are not looking good, but thankfully my last Dominion squad will be coming on automatically this turn. So for the outflank, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 is my choice. 2! Once again, that's not the side I needed. And the Immolator is just going to come on over here and spin on its side like so. Going to see if these sisters rally. And they do not, so they're going to keep running another 6 inches. Over here, do these sisters rally?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. So they're just going to pretty much hang around there and hope for the best. And over here, these sisters are going to pile out of the Immolator right here. And try and take some pot shots at that Trigon Prime. Over here, just going to zip around like so, and try to eliminate as many of those Gaunts as possible. And this Exorcist just going to move right into the corner, just to make it a little bit more difficult for you to get a side charge, just, you know, for Hammer of Wrath purposes. Gonna jump into the Psychic phase. So D6 plus 2. So we'll each have 5. And I'm gonna throw 3 dice at Iron Arm. And I'll succeed.
I'll try to deny it. Do not.
Alright, so Iron Arm will go off on my Librarian. Into the shooting phase, gonna start over here. And I'll be able to get, it looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gaunts once again. That seems to be the magic number for these guys. Needing 2s, twin linked. And twin linked, and there's only 6 die there, so give me 1 more. Twin linked, thankfully. Okay, so that's going to be 7 dead gaunts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Leaving 2 remaining. Over here, the retreating squad is going to fire into the unit of Hormagaunts right here. Snap firing Meltagun. Nope. And the bolter rapid firing. Nothing there either. And the immolator will just hit it with the twin linked heavy flamer, getting, I think, 4. Yeah, 4 is going to be my best. And re-roll that one. There we go. 4 dead Hormagaunts. Over here, going to use an Act of Faith to ignore cover against your Trigun there. And that will go off. 3 Meltaguns into the Trigun Prime. That'll hit twice, needing 2s. 2 wounds. So he's going to drop down to 3 wounds remaining. Followed up with a bolt. Actually going to throw a Crack Grenade and then a bolter. Crack Grenade hits. Wounds. So you have your 3-up armor save. Maybe. You're good. And the bolter. Both are going to hit. No wounds though. Over here, going to have a bunch of snap firing. So we're going to snap fire a Crack Grenade into the back of that Trigun. No, not going to hit. And I'm going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 rapid firing bolter shots. Rapid firing bolters hitting on 6s. There's 2 hits right there, needing 6s again. 1 wound. So go ahead and make your 3-up save there. And you're golden. And the Exorcist tank gonna fire into that Trigun Prime for 1 missile. Not even gonna hit. Oh boy. That does end my shooting phase, so we're gonna jump right into the assault phase. Only have 1 assault phase going on. Oh, sorry, 2, that's right. So we'll jump with this one first. So, over here, going to do the Marines attacks first because of active player. So the Stern Guard Veteran, 1 hit, no wound. And the Librarian, 2 hits and 2 wounds. So that's going to be 2 dead gaunts right there. So we'll just take them off in a second. 9 attacks coming back though. And that's going to be 4 hits, needing 6s because of majority toughness 7 at the moment. Actually, I'm not sure if you could actually wound or not, because I think Strength 3 isn't quite high enough. Either way, no wounds were done, but you're within Synapse, so combat continues on over here. Moving on to this combat, your Hormagaunts are definitely going first. 8 attacks from the Hormagaunts, hitting on 4s. Wait, weapon skill?
Yeah,
okay.
3.
Okay, so 4s, and wounding on 4s.
None.
No wounds, so I got 2 attacks back. I'll be 2 hits. And wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, so 2 6-up saves.
No.
And you have your Feel No Pain for Catalyst still.
I do. Still nothing.
So 2 more go down, but still within Synapse, so even though I won combat, that combat continues. And that does end turn 4 for the Sisters. Things are looking pretty grim. We're going to go into turn 4 for the Tyranids and see how things pan out. Before we forget, there was a panic test from the shooting over here that needs to be done. So go ahead.
Lead 6.
They're fine. At the start of Craig's turn after he's drawn an objective, he does have 1 unit of Hormagaunts coming in from ongoing reserve, and they're going to use the tunnel that the the Trigun created here to give himself a nice chunk of reinforcements. Trigun Prime, just get a little bit closer to the Exorcist there. The Hive Tyrant going to drop down, move 12 inches forward, and just start working towards objective number 2. These Gaunts moving forward, just going to try and take out that Dominion squad. And what about these Termagants over here?
Yeah, they're going to come help.
Don't block your your Trigun. Yeah, there we go. And your Trigun's just going to come play?
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. And that does end the movement phase, so we're going to jump into the Psychic phase. D6 plus 2 for a total of 3. Going to throw Catalyst onto the Termagants and the Hive Tyrant here.
Was that twice?
2 successes. Hey, take that. I will deny. So no Feel No Pain for you. 12 shots from the Trigun Prime into the Dominions. Go for it.
Hang on, 4.
And wounding on 2s. Whole bunch of wounds right there, needing 3 up saves. And I will lose 2 of my sisters there. Termagants into the same unit of dominions.
Do it?
Yep. Wounding on 4s, 2 wounds. And I'll lose 2 more. Oh, that is absolutely terrible. And that is the shooting phase. So let's just see if that squad runs away. Oh, look at that, she does. And gonna go 8 inches directly back to there. And going to assault in over here, I will overwatch the Melt-A-Gun, misses, and the Bolter misses. So go ahead, you are definitely in. So that's going to be 6 attacks coming my way. And he is just going to make it in. So unless he terribly whiffs this, that Exorcist is probably dead. 7 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, only 2 hits. But at strength 6, you know, 4 or better. So we have 1 penetrating hit, 6 up invulnerable, which I'll fail. So this is +1 to whatever you roll.
4, 5.
4, so weapon destroyed. So he has lost his only, well, she has lost the only weapon on the tank. So it is essentially useless to me at this point.
Yeah.
6 attacks over here onto the unit of Dominions. That's going to be 3 hits.
Nothing.
And no wounds. So I'll have 2 attacks. Oh, wait. I got to do a morale check first. Otherwise they... Okay, good. So they do rally enough. And 1 hit. 1 wound.
6 up.
And they're fine. So they will stay in combat. And last combat over here. Starting with my Stern Guards. The regular one. 1 hit. 1 wound. So 6 up save.
No.
Nope. So that's going to be 1 dead there. And the Librarian. 1 hit. 1 wound.
No save.
No save from that one. And you'll have a bunch of attacks back now. Okay, so that's going to be 4 hits. Oh, 5 hits, sorry.
5 hits?
Yep, and majority toughness... Oh wait, I don't think you can actually... Let's actually look that up right now.
Yeah.
And he actually can't wound me back because of the toughness 7 because of Iron Arm right there. So that is the end of Tyranid turn 5. Now looking over everything, he's got me by, I think, 5 points to my 2, I believe.
Yep.
And I have currently 3 cards, so I'm not going to draw anything new. So I think it's a safe assumption that Tyranids have taken this game. So we're going to do the awkward left-handed handshake, because I'm holding the camera. It was a good game. I think the dice definitely let me down on this one.
Yeah, they did, sadly.
So hopefully everyone enjoyed watching this game. As always, we will have a quick post-game discussion. That's going to be in the link below. So if you're a Vault member, go ahead, hit the link. That's going to take you right to that post-game video. If you're not a member, you can still check out the link. It's going to take you to the 7-day free trial, and you're going to get access to a whole bunch of content like painting tutorials, companion videos, campaign stuff, whole bunch of things. Definitely worth checking out. Hopefully we see you stick around on that one. And of course, we will have a second video to this as well, also in the vault. Again, the link will be below. And as always, happy wargaming.